Hey guys, this is Carrie, and in this video, we're going to be doing the next free code camp puzzle. So I'm going to go, you could use the back arrow here, but if you want, you could also kind of re-go through that. I'm just going to see if there's a way I can easily move on to the next one. I think if you sign in, it's actually really easy, so I would definitely recommend creating the sign in. Alright, I'm just going to use the back arrow, and this one is the reverse a string puzzle. So I'm not sure how many of these little boxes I'm going to give you, but if you run out of boxes, what you can do is you can just highlight all of it, Command C, copy, and then Command V, paste, and you can edit the details. Alright, so it's time to learn how to reverse a string. So the problem is going to be to, I don't like that formatting, so I'm going to do a Command Shift V instead. I'm working on it on the same date, and I'm just going to clear these out. So this is actually a pretty tricky problem here. So reverse the provided string. You may need to turn the string into an array before you reverse it. That's a nice little hint. And your result must be a string. All right, so I'm just going to add a comment here for myself to make sure I understand the problem. For hello, the answer, the returned value, there we go, let's use the vocabulary of return. The returned value should be the opposite, OLLEH. Okay, so there's a variety of ways that we can do this problem. We could use the array method. Let's see. So str is going to be the input. So hello is str in this example. Oh, and here, yeah, the test cases make it pretty apparent. All right, so I'm not sure that I need to do that. I'm not sure. All right, so let's see. So let string length. I'm just not using the word length there because the word length like this has meaning in JavaScript already. So let string length equal, take this string and get its length. I'm just going to make sure that this is working as expected. So I'm going to do a console.log string length. And then I will erase this line of code. Let's see if this works though. So I can actually see that it automatically runs my script here. So console.log string length is working because we're trying to reverse hello, which has 5. All right, now here's something that we could take a look at too. We haven't talked about this, but strings actually are enumerated the same way that arrays are enumerated. Enumeration means this would be the 0th character, the 1st character, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. So if we do a console.log here, go to the string input and get the 0th character, that will be H. The 1st character will be E, that's this one here. So if we want to go to the last character here is 4, which is O. So I'm thinking to myself, how is that connected to the string length? The last character is at the 4th position when the length is 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always going to be like 1 less than the length. It's always going to be 1 less than the length. All right, so what I'm starting to think about is why don't I create a blank string, let answer equal a blank string. We'll also start a counter, and we want to go from backwards to forwards here. So let counter equal whatever the string length is minus 1. Because if it's 5 characters long, we want to start off at the 4th position. And then what we could do is we could do a while loop to build up this answer. So we could say, well, our counter is greater than or equal to 0 take the answer, which starts off as a blank string, and make it to the old value of the answer plus the go to the string, and take the character from the whatever counter position we are at. So it's going to take the fourth character first, and then what we'll do is we'll reduce the counter by 1, so next it will look at the third counter. So this is kind of a complicated process here. Let's see if it makes sense here. So this part was me figuring out the problem. So I'm actually going to delete this part now. So what we're doing here is find the length of the string. We made a cool realization, which is the last character here in this example is in the 4th position, 1 less than the length of 5. And it's always going to be 1 less than the length. So maybe this is a good place to switch the order here. So we're going to start off at position 4, or position like 1 less than the length always. And we start off with our answer string being empty because the reverse certainly has nothing in it to start. And then what we can do here is while the counter is greater than or equal to 0, so as long as this number is bigger than or equal to 0, we're going to build our answer up. So it's going to be the new value of answer equals the old value of answer plus go to the string and take the letter from the counter position, so starting off here, and then because the counter will shift by 1 each time, it will append like that. All right, so let's see if this works. Oh, I'm not returning string anymore. I have to change their given code here. I'm going to be returning answer. So let's see if it works now. All right, the town is now red. Check. We've got them all. So I'm going to just copy and paste my code here. I'm going to grab everything, Command C. I'm going to go into the code and I'll do a Command Shift V. And then for my reflection, maybe this was a tricky one. It was tricky to, well, I had to learn that strings are enumerated with indexes from 0 to their length minus 1, the same as arrays are. It was cool to use in a while loop. Now, there were many other solutions for this one. I'm not sure if it pays for us to do this, but if you didn't like that solution, we could use a solution using their hint. So let me illustrate how that process looks here. And I think this is valuable because it will show kind of how you need to sometimes Google stuff for these. All right, so reverse the provided string. I'm going to take their hint now and turn it into an array. So let array version equal, and then I'm going to Google how to turn a JS string into an array. Oh, cool. Array.from. Let's see if this works. So array.from, and then we'll take the string and plug it in there. And I'm going to do a console.log for the array version so that we can actually look and see what that looks like. Yes, that's amazing. Now, there's actually a really easy trick here once we make it an array, which is we need to reverse the letters here. So JS reverse array. I believe that there's just a dot array function, yeah, which makes it super easy. So no while loop required for the solution. So reverse like this. So let reverse array equal array version dot reverse. And let's do, oh, cool. I actually noticed there's a bit of an error that I'm having here. I noticed that it will reverse the array version in place here. So we don't need to create a new variable for it. If we just do array version dot reverse, it actually reverses the variable itself. So when we're logging it, we're all good there. And now we just need to join this all up to make a string. How to make a string from an array, JS. All right, so this is a really useful function, join. So what we can do is if we join them together, it will, let's see if this works. Let answer equal array version, which is this reversed array down here, dot join. And then we'll do a console.log answer here as well. I noticed that it's logging them in reverse, but it's logging them with the commas. So let's go back to that help menu. Oh yeah, if we just do .join, it logs them with the commas. We actually have to put an empty string in there to say, hey, we want to join it with nothing in between. And now we've got our reversed string. So to make it the final answer, I'm going to delete these console.logs, and I'm going to return the answer. All right, let's see if that works. So let's run all test. And this would also be a solution to the problem. I hope you found it valuable to see the two different solutions. This one uses some array functions like reverse and converting to and from strings to arrays. And then the other one was really reliant on our knowledge of while loops.